Hello there.
Welcome back, my friend.
Hello, what have we here?
Jedi, we've been expecting you.
Knew I could count on you.
Hello.
Welcome to the rebellion.
What fun!
What's up, everyone? Hybrid here, and if you have been paying attention the last couple of days, there's been some shifty things going on the channel. There have been a number of new logos tried on for size. I've been tweaking the intros a little bit, some new video titling, and ultimately I decided to make a quick little video and explain the nitty-gritty of it all. I have been at this YouTube game for going on 8 years, which is insane that I have spent this much of my life on this. Admittedly, not as seriously as I've decided to start taking it in recent years. But, I don't think anyone's been here since day one. I've dropped nuggets along the way for those that weren't here, but I'll throw up some retro graphics, I'll explain the past, and then I'll talk a little bit about the future. But originally back in 2018, I started this channel with interest of it actually focusing more on Doctor Who, a science fiction series that I love. I figured while I do have a love of Star Wars, there's a lot of Star Wars content creators out there, and there weren't many that were doing good Doctor Who content at the time. And ultimately I realized, at the time I was hung up on toy reviews, and there just wasn't a lot of merch, so it wasn't giving me a lot of opportunities for content there. So I was I'm buying these Star Wars figures anyway, and I did love the Black Series from day one, so I was let's just switch over to this. And that was a very short-lived phase, but the channel was originally Hybrid Who, and, that's just how it was for a number of years. Switched over to Hybrid Toy Reviews pretty quick, left it as kind of a universal thing. Hybrid, it can be anything, and that's been the moniker since 2020 about, is probably when that happened, so that was a good long run. But over the last year or so, I've always had an interest, but I've really started to expand my horizons a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I love my toys, and I'm going to continue reviewing them. But I have started so many different things, whether it be retrospectives, talking about collecting Black Series when different waves were hitting multiple years ago, like my Black Series of Yesteryear series, or whether it be ranking figures, every figure made for this movie or show, or whether it just be my weekly topical series where I just sit down and talk about something. I realized that since I've started my daily upload kick, which I'm not sure if anyone's noticed that either, all of 2026, we have not missed a day yet, not to pat myself on the back. But I realized, man, I'm posting 7 videos a week, and only 3 of them are reviews, So I ultimately decided that I wanted to drop the toy reviews, in the title. It was always funny. I joked in my Roosevelt's video, hey guys, Hybrid shirt reviews here. It's definitely not reviewing a toy in that one. And so, yeah, I ultimately figured it would just kind of be a little bit freeing to shorten the title a little bit. With that came an opportunity for some new logos, and I really quickly settled on the Ahsoka series star map as being a really cool image to feature heavily in the logo. And then I had to figure out how to make text work on that, because white background, black logo, a lot of colors don't look good on text. I ultimately have come to this ultimate version that I'm incredibly satisfied with. So the merch store has been upgraded. This is the logo going forward. I am going to be ordering a packet of stickers if you see me at conventions. I won't have them in time for AwesomeCon this weekend, but Motor City Con this spring, Steel City Con in April, this year's ICCC. There will certainly be others. Fan Expo Chicago is always on the table. Come and get an upgraded Hybrid Toy Reviews sticker. Keep the old one, keep the legacy sticker, but we're gonna upgrade here. But yeah, a big thing is just I have decided I really want to put a lot more effort into this, and I've always put a lot of effort into my content. But I would have weeks where I wouldn't upload at all, and weeks where only 1 or 2 videos have gone up. I made it my New Year's resolution this year to upload every single day. I've not missed a day yet. I feel the content hasn't slouched, and that's been something that I'm rather proud of, and we're going to continue that. But I wanted to rebrand a little bit. Something that has been a little bit unfortunate, I've noticed, is everyone always says I do it for fun, but everyone likes to get good views on YouTube. Let's not beat around the bush there. And ultimately, since I've started doing the daily uploads, the viewership has been down, and I've noticed on my analytics, the people that are watching almost the entire video, which is awesome, and thank you for doing that. But I've just noticed that it's not attracting a lot of people, and so what I've decided is maybe it's an algorithm thing, because good old Google and YouTube are constantly changing that. And so I've altered my thumbnails a little bit, I've altered my logo a little bit, I've altered my titling a little bit, and I'm just trying to make the videos look a little bit more approachable, a little bit more friendly for the algorithm, and hopefully we can boost those numbers again. So, watch the content if it's exciting, pass it along to a friend if you think they might enjoy it, and always hang out in the comments. I love talking to everyone down there, and just be around, because there's lots of awesome stuff coming. I have so many cool videos planned for this year, beyond the standard reviews and topicals and con vlogs. I've got a couple ideas for a couple, big, special, masterpieces that are going to be coming later in the year. It's going to involve some collaboration, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So just keep an eye out, and thank you for listening to me ramble for over 6 minutes. Wow, we're going to cut this. So, thanks again. I will see y'all very soon. May the Force be with you, and have a good one.